In this video, I'll walk you through everything you need to know about Outrank to use it effectively and strengthen both your ads and site's authority. From setting up your account to advanced features like linking configuration, backlinking exchange, domain rating, and add-ons. Outrank is built to help your campaigns outperform competitors by combining SEO, backlinks, and smart automation. Alright, so to get started, you want to go here into the website of Outrank. And from here, you want to click here on Join with Google to set up your account with your Google account, or you could click here on Start for free, and then you'd be able to provide your email address and then get a verification code and then type it in Outrank to set up your account, or you could just simply go with, once again, Google for a simpler and easier process. And now, once you're signed in, you will now be greeted with this offer. So you get to try their all-in-one plan for 3 days for only $1. So as you can see right here, it would now include every feature that you would want to test out here in Outrank. So just click here on Start 3-day trial for $1. And then you will be proceeding into the checkout page, provide your payment information, and click on Pay and Start Trial. Once the payment goes through, then your subscription or your trial should now be purchased and credited to your account. And now, once you have your subscription, is that you will now be able to start by providing them your business website. So from here, I'm just going to go for a sample website right here, which is this one. Provide it, click on continue, and then it's now going to analyze the website that you have given them and then curate the answers or the suggestions for you. So let's just wait for a bit. All right, now that it's done, you will now have your business name right here provided for you. If something is wrong, you could always edit it from here. Same goes for the language, country, and then the description. So you could check that out and see if there's anything wrong, anything you want to change, add, or remove. You could make your edits right here. So this is important about your business. Click on continue once you're done, and then we'll now be proceeding into the audiences. So now you get to choose your target audiences. So by default, based from this site or data that was analyzed, these are the target audiences, most probably in your case. So you could also click here on remove if it's wrong. You could also manually add it right here if you'd want. So just type it in and then click on add. Next is that we have the competitors. So now you get to enter your competitors to discover the SEO keywords. So it would be much better if you could put in your biggest competitors, like right here, like biggest brands. So as you can see right here, it says that bigger competitors provide more valuable insights. So that would be Amazon, Mayo Clinic, WebMD, and so on right here. And again, if you'd want to remove one, you could always click here on remove, but I suggest not doing that in the competitors. And next is that once you're now satisfied with everything, click on continue. Then we'll be proceeding into the third step. So from here, you help us understand your content. Basically, you would need to provide a sitemap URL and then your main blog address. So basically, the root URL for all your blog posts. So I'm just going to go and paste my URL right here. And then the best article examples URL. So you could go to the articles that you have on your website and then copy the link, paste it right here that you think is the top 3. So I have mine right here. I'm just going to go and copy and paste this, including the number 3. You could do this later on if you'd want to, but I prefer to do it right here in setting up our account. And then next is that we have the Google Search Console, so that this would be able to avoid suggesting keywords you already rank for. So this is also helpful. You can click here on Connect GSC if you have this one. If not, then you can just skip that. So I'm just going to click here on continue. And then next is that we can go into the articles. So in here, we have content and SEO. We have auto publish. You could enable that if you'd want to publish new articles automatically. So I would want that. So I'm just going to go and turn that on. Article style right here is informative. So style is ultimately derived from your example articles that I have provided. And then the internal links, 3 links per article. You could change that right here if needed. So I'm just going to go with 3 links per article right here. I think that's the sweet spot. And then the global article instructions. So if there is something that you would want to add into the article that will be made by AI in here, like there's a specific style that you've been following in creating your article, you would want to provide it right here so that it will be applied on all the articles that will be made in Outrank. Next is we have the engagement. We can select the brand color. You can click here in the color, and then you could just choose the color palette right here. And then the image style. I'm just going to go for the brand color actually. Is that I'm just going to change it to something like that. I think this one is perfect. And then the image style right here. I'm just going to go for watercolor. I think this one looks great. And then the title-based feature image. I'm going to go for this one, watercolor again. And then we have the YouTube video right here, so you can automatically find and add relevant YouTube videos based on article content. I would want to enable that. I think that would be very helpful. And then the call to action, I would want to add CTA, infographics, and then emojis. So yeah, I would want to include all of them and click on continue. And then article settings have now been saved successfully. Next is that we can now create an integration. So from here, we have a bunch of other platforms right here that we could integrate with the Outrank. So if you have one that you would want to integrate, you can just click on that platform, for example, Notion, and then you'll now be prompted with instructions on how you'd be able to connect Notion or integrate it with Outrank. So you just need to follow the on-screen instructions, as each one would vary depending on the platform of your choosing. Once you're done, click here on this button to finally go into the dashboard. And from here, it's now going to create a content strategy for us. So we just need to wait for that, and it should fill up the calendar with articles or content ideas right here. All right, now it is done creating our 1-month content strategy. From here, we could already see here on the calendar that we now have these ideas per day in a month. Right, so from here we can click on create and publish the first article so that we could try. As you can see, it is now creating it, and let's wait for it to finish, and then we'd be able to view it after it. All right, it is now done. Let's see. Click here on visit article, and then we will now be prompted into that article, and from here we would now be able to see it, and we can read, scroll down, and see that there's even an image right here, an illustration, and some more image right here. So yeah, you can basically just scan it, and if there's anything wrong or anything you want to change, you could always edit it by clicking here on edit article. And we also have this one right here, so a YouTube video, because we have enabled that earlier, if you remember. So it has included a link or embedded a link right here, or a YouTube video, and some more right here. So yeah, that is basically it. This is quite a long article. Now we can click here on edit article, and now we can edit the text right here. So I could, as you can see, I could erase, I could type something, I could add. So basically, we also have our formatting tools right here that we could use to edit the article. And then we also have the AI rewriter. So if you'd want to use that, how you use it is basically you would want to highlight the part of the text that you would want to rewrite. For example, I would want to rewrite this part. And then now this button would light up. Now I can click here on Open AI Rewriter. And now you will now be able to see the part that you will be rewriting, and then tell us how to rewrite this text. So put it right here. So let's say that I need some more details, or you could click here on make it more detailed or make it informative, depending on how you'd want it. So basically these are preset prompts. Click here on send. And then once it's sent, the AI will now do it right here. So this is the modified version. So this is the more details version of this one. So if you think that this is good, then you can click here on insert and it will now be inserted here into the article itself. And now, once you're satisfied with all of the edits that you have made in this article, you could now click here on save. But if you don't want to save that, you can just click on the go back button and then no changes will be made on your article. Next, you could also download this article if you need that. You can click here on the download button. And then from here, you will now be able to download it as an MD file. You could also go for the drop down, and then you could also export as a markdown or an MD file, basically the same thing. And then we have the copy clipboard if you don't want to copy it. Next is that we have the create first integration. So now, if you would want to use another platform with this article, you can click here on create first integration. And then again, you would need to connect your Outrank account first into the platform here of your choice. And then from there, you would now be able to use that platform here on Outrank, specifically on your article. And we have the status here. It's generated, approved, or published. You could select which one right here just so that you'd be reminded of its status and you'll not be confused if you're working with other people. Next, we have the slug. So basically, this is just a part of the article that identifies the article in a clean, readable way. So in this article, it's smart water bottle that tracks intake. So it is represented with dashes instead of spaces. And then we have the meta description right here. So basically, this is a short snippet of text, usually 150 to 160 characters, that summarizes the content of this article. So search engines often display it under the page title in search results. So it is also very important so that when this article shows up on the search engines like Google, when users search for it, this is what they would usually see. So this would give users a preview of what the page is about. So it is worth modifying this to the best of your abilities. So yeah, those are basically the options that you have here in content history or in modifying your article in Outrank. Now let's move on into here. So you can click here and basically these are the products that you have here on Outrank. So in my case, it's in my Hydrate Spark brand. For this example, you can click here on create new product and then you can switch between those products in here. And then you would have different articles for this product inside it. So this is where you'd be able to do that if you would want more product. And then we have the general settings. So this one is basically the one that we filled up earlier when we were setting up our account. So if you'd like to change some details, except for the website to business, is that you could change that right here. Same goes for the audience and competitors. You could change that here. You could modify that. And then the Google Search Console, this is where you can connect that if you didn't connect it earlier. Next, let's go into article settings. So in here, you'd now be able to configure your article preferences or options. So again, we have the content and the SEO, which we have already modified earlier in the account setup. We have auto publish again, article style, internal links, global article instructions. This is where you can set it or change it if you would want to. If the one that you have set up on the account setup is not quite right, this is where you can change that. Engagement, brand color, and so on. We also have the blog right here. You can click on that. And again, we now have the links right here for our blogs. This is where you can put that if you haven't already on the account setup. And then once you're all done, you can click here on save. Don't forget to hit save so that all of the options right here, changes that you have made, will be saved. And next one is that we have the integration. So this is where you'd be able to create new integrations to integrate other platforms with Outrank if you haven't already, again, in the account setup step. So in here, you can click on create new integration. And then once again, you'd be selecting one of these platforms. You could choose one and just follow the on-screen instructions on how you'd be able to integrate them, depending on which platform you would choose. And then here we have a notice. So you could discover further that is how to turn your Notion content into an SEO-friendly blog. So they offer the subscription code so that you'd get 25% off. So this would vary depending on the time that you're watching this. So it's worth checking out, going here into integrations and see if there are any coupon codes that you could use right here to get a discount. You could also check the description if there are any links or coupon codes available so that we could get you the best deal. Next, we have the linking configuration. So first here, we have the choose a link source. So this would let you specify where quick ads should pull the links from. So we have sitemap or the blog root URL. So these are the common sources. So I'll just go for sitemap for this one. So basically this would tell the system, here's the base location of my content. And then next we're going to go for sitemap URL. So this is where we'll be providing the URL or the sitemap URL of our website. So a sitemap is a structured file that lists all important pages on your site. So by entering our sitemap URL in here, other platforms will now be able to crawl your site efficiently and know which pages to link to ads. So now I am just going to provide this sitemap URL right here. And I'm going to click here on detect links. This button will now scan and automatically detect all valid links. It saves you from manually pasting product or article URLs one by one. And the system shows you a list of detected links you can select for your campaign, just like this one. So as you can see, we have 678 links, which is quite a lot. So we have just saved a ton of time instead of manually gathering all of these links. Now we get to do it in just one click. So basically with this, you would now be able to provide the correct destination. It ensures that your Outrank ads point to the right landing pages, like product pages, articles, campaigns. Without it, clicks could go to the wrong place or even break. You also get automation, which saves you from manually pasting URLs each time you create an ad here in Outrank. And you get scalability, performance tracking, and reliability because it prevents errors like broken links or mismatched destinations. Next one, we have the backlink exchange. So if you don't know what this is, it's basically the practice of partnering with other sites to place each other's links in articles, blogs, or resources. Basically, this would boost your SEO by increasing the number of quality inbound links pointing to your content. And it would improve your search engine ranking, traffic growth, authority building, and network effect. Basically, how this works is you link to their site, they link back to yours, ideally in a way that feels natural and valuable to the readers. In here, you want to make sure that network participation is enabled so that your website will participate in the backlink exchange program and can earn backlinks from other websites. And make sure that you don't have this notice right here. The only thing is, if you're in a trial account, you wouldn't be able to participate in here, as you can see here in the notice. So you would have to upgrade to the premium paid version. And after that, you will now be able to set up your website right here and go into website integration. You can click here on setup integration, and then you would now be able to do it right here, depending on where your website is. So make sure to connect it right here. And now, once you're all done with the setup, notice that we also have some backlink credits. Well, basically, the backlink credits tracks how many backlinks you've given and how many you can receive in exchange. So by default, you will be given 100 credits right here. So this keeps backlink exchanges fair. If you add a backlink to another site, you earn credits that you can spend to get backlinks pointing to your own content. So this would encourage consistent participation and prevents one-sided exchanges. Next, we have the Get Monthly Credits. So you could click on that, and then from here, you could also upgrade to their plans. In this way, you would get more backlink credits to further strengthen or increase the rank of your articles here in Outrank. And next is that we have the backlink performance. So here is the measurement of how effective your backlinks are once they are live. So this would include the total backlinks and then unique sources right here from different websites. And this one would be the all-time. And basically, this would help you see which backlinks are valuable and which ones are not driving result, and would let you optimize by focusing on high quality, high impact backlinks instead of wasting effort on the weak ones. Next is we have the earned backlinks. So this one is the one that you gain naturally without trading credits or asking for them. Another site links to your article because they found it useful, or a blogger references your content in their post. So these are the most valuable backlinks because they are organic and signal a genuine authority. And search engines trust earned backlinks more, so they carry stronger SEO weights. And this is where you would be able to see that. And then lastly is that notice we have this domain rating right here on the top right. So this is basically a numerical score, usually 0 to 100. As in this case, we got 60. This reflects how strong our website's backlink profile is compared to others. This is based on the quantity and quality of backlinks pointing to our domain. This would help us gauge how competitive our site is in search rankings. Next one is that we have the free tools builder. So there are tools here that you'll be able to use for free, which is this one right here. So this would let you create simple, useful tools without coding. Let's go for notes generator, for example. And from here, you can upload your document and then choose your note style right here. And then basically, you could also include focus areas if there are some parts in the document that you have uploaded right here that you'd want to focus on, and click on generate AI notes, and it would now give you structured notes from documents quickly and easily. And the next one would be the split PDF online. So you could use this also for free. Just upload your PDF right here and it will now be split into separate files quickly and easily. And then we also have the readability analyzer so that you can make sure that your text is easily readable and it's not so congested. So just paste your text right here. You'd be able to see the number of characters and words, and then you can click here on upload readability and it will now analyze your text, or you could upload your document if it is in a document format. And now let's go back. So these are basically the 3 free tools that you could use here in the free tools builder. Now, if you're wondering why it says free even though it's requiring you to pay something right here to get this, basically is that you would need to pay for the advanced features so you can fully unlock the functionality like hosting, integrations, analytics, and removing branding. So a subscription or payment is required in that case. You also get a freemium model, which is a common SaaS approach. The core builder is essentially free, but scaling, customization, or professional use requires upgrading. So if you'd want to avail this, you could click here on Get Started Now, and then you'd now be able to get their free tools builder that is available here in Outrank. And this basically would be embedded into your site or linked directly, giving visitors something practical to engage with. Next is that we have some add-ons. So first is that we have the human curated service. So basically, instead of relying only on automated backlink exchanges, this add-on provides backlinks that are manually sourced and placed by SEO specialists. So human curation service would ensure that the backlinks are relevant, high quality, and contextually natural, which search engines value more. And this would also reduce the risk of spammy or low authority links and increases the chance of backlinks being from trusted domains. We also have this one right here, which would get you 350 plus backlinks. So this is a bulk backlink package where your site is guaranteed to receive 350 plus backlinks. So this would rapidly boost your domain's backlink profile, which can improve domain rating and search visibility. And this would provide scale. Instead of earning backlinks slowly, you get a large batch at once. But caution is that quality matters more than quantity. So if these backlinks are weak or from irrelevant sites, they won't help much. But if they are curated, they can significantly strengthen your SEO. Now, lastly, if you would want to reach out to their customer service, if there's anything that you are having a difficulty here in Outrank, you can click here on your profile icon on the bottom left, click on support chat, and this is where you'd be able to contact their customer service by talking about your problem in here. And then you can see that we can click here on reconnect now and compose your message. Let's say that you would want to talk with a live agent. So I need a live agent and send it. And then this is where you'd be able to talk to them right here. So it would ask for your email address. So you just need to follow the process that will be sent to you by the Outrank bot chat or chatbot right here. And then it should now get you connected into a live agent if that's what you need. But if it's something simple, then you can just ask the Outrank bot and it should give you an answer in no time. You can also check the description for links and coupon codes so that you can get the best deals possible if you'd want to purchase something here in Outrank, and it would also help us support this channel. So you can check that out, use it if you'd want to, no pressure. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.